So when you look at the budget, as I had said, and I think everybody would agree, is basically a statement of government's receipts and expenditures. But over a period of time, since the budget speech is also about government's intentions over the next year, particularly, we also have some idea what the government intends to do in the various sectors. And when talking about various sectors, I think one of the most important sectors in the Indian context is the MSME sector, the micro, small, and medium enterprises sector. This sector accounts for a large number of small units. It accounts for about 30% of the country's GDP, about 50% of the exports, and provides about 100 million jobs. Now, that's not a small number by any count at all. But unfortunately, because many of these enterprises, particularly the micro enterprises, tend to fall into this category that we call informal sector, they largely are unsung, unheard. The medium enterprises may not be so, but they all tend to be clubbed together and put under the MSME sector. So, what can the sector, which actually contributes in terms of manpower, particularly employment, contributes such a significant share of the country's total employment, next only to the agriculture sector? What can the budget do for this particular sector? Well, the only thing, as I said, the finance minister has control over is the receipts and the expenditure. So one major thing that the MSME sector is looking forward to is to see whether the finance minister will increase the outlay on the various schemes that she's announced for the MSME sector, both over the past various budgets as well as over last year's budget. So last year, for instance, she provided as much as 15,700 crores for the MSME sector, and that was double what she provided in the previous year. So one of the major items was something known as an emergency credit guarantee line, under which she basically told banks that when you lend to MSMEs, if there is a problem and you have an NPA, don't worry, we will give you a guarantee for that. That and things like interest rate subvention scheme, these were the two major schemes that she announced, which would account for this share of a significant part of this 15,700 crores. So that really is what we can look forward to in the budget. So over the years, one significant thing that this government did really was to change the definition of MSMEs. Because in the past, MSMEs were defined by the amount of money that they invested in plant and machinery. Now, over the years, this became quite meaningless because thanks to inflation, thanks to equipment becoming more expensive, many of the units which were actually MSMEs were not classified as MSMEs. So somewhere in 2020, the government changed the definition and made a larger number of MSMEs eligible to come under this broad definition of MSMEs by hiking not just the investment limit, but they said you can also take turnover into account. So both turnover as well as investment were taken into consideration for defining what constituted micro, what constituted medium, what constituted small. So this was a significant step that the government took. And every budget, the government announces more and more schemes. The big question is, of course, as always, what control does the FM really have to ensure that the schemes that she announces are really implemented? Unfortunately, implementation is not in her ambit. The only thing that she can really ensure is that wherever government owes money to MSMEs, and that is a very significant part of MSME dues, those are paid promptly. This is something that I think the FM can announce, the FM can track. Another possibility really is that, there are many products which the MSME sector produces, and we get much cheaper imports maybe from China. So if the government, which is what they have been doing over the past few years, was to raise the tariff on these kind of cheaper imports, things like furniture, some of the ready-made garments, some handicrafts, maybe this will help the MSME sector. The Atmanirbhar scheme was announced with a great deal of fanfare and with a great deal of hope. Unfortunately, COVID played spoil sport. So unfortunately, the government's Atmanirbhar scheme has not really given us the dividends that we were hoping for. The MSME sector is much more impacted really by the macroeconomic, scenario than larger corporates. The reason is that larger corporates have cushions. Unfortunately, in the case of small MSME units, they really don't have the cushion. And when we find, particularly because of COVID restrictions, labor is not able to report for their jobs, units in these sectors are affected much, much more. So perhaps what the government can do, and this is largely within the ambit of state governments, the governments can ensure, some kind of staggering of working hours of these MSME units. They can try to ensure that some kind of support is given to the labor in these units or to the employers to allow them to keep the factories running, even if on a lower scale. And I said, the finance minister certainly can do is that since she holds the purse strings, tell the various ministries, tell the various public sector undertakings that whenever you have dues to MSMEs, please pay that promptly. In fact, it's not just governments and departments that are responsible. We also see large corporates holding back their payments to MSMEs. And particularly when COVID times are there and large corporates themselves are struggling, the first thing they do is squeeze payments to MSMEs because they know that they are not going to be able to do anything. And this is where things like TREDS, that is the Trade Receivable Discounting Scheme that was launched by the Reserve Bank of India with government's help, which is basically an e-platform which says that MSME bills, they can be discounted and they get money upfront. But though this scheme was launched many years ago, it has still not gathered traction. So perhaps the government could take the lead by saying that, look, here are we taking the lead, whatever dues are there to MSME sectors, we will pay promptly and ensure that public sector units also pay. So maybe she could crack the whip and tell public sector units that, look, we will hold back whatever grants that we are giving you unless you show us that you have paid all the MSMEs, their dues. And maybe something like the credit guarantee scheme, she can extend the deadline, because we saw that as part of the support package, the Reserve Bank of India also allowed MSMEs to restructure their loans. And they were given a deadline of 30th of September. And they said the restructuring program must kick in by 31st of December. Well, 31st of December has come and gone, and many MSMEs have not been able to operationalize their restructured programs. So maybe she can announce some further extension of that scheme. Interest subvention is not a very good scheme, frankly, because I think it is important that you price everything, including credit, properly. But because MSMEs are particularly vulnerable, maybe for the micro units within the MSME, some interest subvention scheme can be announced. The medium scale industries perhaps not need that much support. So she could announce, that, okay, they will have to fend for themselves, because particularly remember, the government has already announced a very substantial cut in the corporate tax. Any new unit pays only 15%, which is less than what you and I pay as by way of personal income tax. So MSMEs are also come within that group. Maybe she can announce things like, making it easier for them in terms of, say, audit, the requirements for audit, the requirements for documentation under GST. Those are the kind of things. But I think there's very little concretely that you can do in the budget. There may be something like paying the PF. As part of the support package program, government had announced support by way of paying the PF of employees. The employer's share of PF will be paid by government. So maybe she can say that, okay, even though we're not extending that for all units, maybe for the micro and the small enterprises, we are willing to continue to take the load of the employer's share of PF contribution. So these are the kind of things that she could announce and make it easier for MSMEs, I think, to compete and stand on their own feet. Some of the sectors like textiles, like pharmaceuticals, auto components, these are sectors where the MSME sectors have a very strong presence. So if the PLI scheme could be perhaps focused more towards the MSME sector, so like say in the auto components in sector, suppose the government were to say, yes, we are setting aside X amount of money for the auto component sector under the broad scheme, under the broad PLI scheme. Of this, 75% will be reserved for units that are in the micro, small and medium scale. That would be a help. Pharma, again, is a sector where you have a predominant presence of these MSME units. So that, I think, is another scheme where perhaps she could announce, and I do hope she announces, because many of our MSMEs are competent. They just need a leg up. They need some support. So government has schemes of technical support, marketing support, but under the PLI scheme, they're also given an incentive, which is the increment based on the incremental production. So that, I think, would also be a big boost, a shot in the arm for the MSME sector.